In the end, they agreed on a document, but a special paragraph on the US position on climate change is a sign of how isolated the US is under President Donald Trump. German Chancellor Angela Merkel called the US position deplorable.
One central focus was climate and energy, and here it became clear what I had said ahead of the summit. Where there is no consensus, the discourse must be mentioned.
The other members of the G20 will continue to support the Paris Accord, and French President Emmanuel Macron announced a new climate summit in Paris this December. For Trump, this summit's achievement was the meeting with Russian President Vladimir Putin. They agreed on a new ceasefire in part of Syria, and both claimed good chemistry. They did talk about whether the Russians had interfered in the US election. They denied it. It came up again at Putin's press conference.
He asked me, I answered. He asked for clarifications, I've explained. It seemed to me he was satisfied with these answers.
And Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan urged support to fight against terrorism, saying no country is safe from its threat.
Terrorism targets all of us without regard for race, language or religion, and I hope that this will be a breaking point in accepting this fact. And I hope that we will be able to succeed in preventing terrorism and the financing of terrorism before others are hurt.
The final communique includes creative language on free trade, again to satisfy the Americans. It emphasizes trade being fair as well as free. Some say G20 summits don't work, but others claim agreements by the world's leading economies deliver real change.
Nowhere else in the global community do leaders, the most powerful leaders of the most powerful and interconnected countries, come together face to face to pool their will and their resources to tackle the biggest, toughest jobs the global community faces.
Donald Trump cancelled his final press conference, reinforcing the sense that G20 is becoming 19+1. It's been a divisive summit, with leaders struggling to come to terms with the reality of Donald Trump's America First policies, and all played out against the backdrop of violent street protests. The host, Angela Merkel, may be relieved it's all over. Simon McGregor-Wood, TRT World, Hamburg.